presidential election results by President Yahya Jammeh. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that President Muhammadu Buhari, who arrived Banjul International Airport at 11:30 in the morning local time, was received by the Vice President of the country and other senior government officials. The president later joined his West African counterparts from Liberia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, as well as representatives of the African Union and the United Nations for preliminary discussions on the best way forward. President Buhari and the other leaders are poised to prevail on President Jammeh and the President-elect Adama Barrow to take the path of honor towards preserving the sanctity of the electoral process, obeying the Constitution, and respecting the wishes of the people. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, described the meeting as critical to peace and stability in the West African country.
The trend of events, and Gambia has been the center of global attention in the past 1 week after the president said he was not going to respect the result of the elections he had earlier consented to. He had congratulated his challenger who won the election, and then he recanted last weekend.
Its national terrorism challenge. The country also grapples with matters related to ensuring that there is a strategy in place towards former members of Boko Haram. In order to respond to this challenge, this consultation meeting is set to assess Nigeria's measure to counter terrorist and violent extremism.
I think you have a fascinating, but I think quite tough challenge before you to think through how you address this balance between prosecution and rehabilitation. All I can do is reiterate to you that your partners in the European Union are ready to work with you and work closely with you as you face that challenge.
National Security Advisor Major General Mongonu, retired, was
know how much money we earn, know where to deploy the money for national planning in such a way that you can guess or you can know whether your country is growing or stagnated.
The importance of harmonizing is that, first of all, we reduce cost. Secondly, we don't need to have biometric information just going around anywhere. So it should be in one location that we put all the resources to keep it safe.
It's easier to secure a single gate than to secure multiple gates. So at the end of the day, yes, road safety should have a database, but it should be able to take the core biometric information from NIMC.
For the purpose of privacy, the challenges of quality and developing standards in collection of data they further identify is key.
Without any policy, without any national law that governs how information should be captured, how information should be stored, how information should be used, how it should be shared, these are technical issues that I think the National Identity Management Commission needs to look into. Privacy Act in Nigeria, because if you get my data, how am I so sure that you're going to use my data for the purpose for which you have
each other on the basis of the ECOWAS Treaty. That the ECOWAS Treaty does not permit you to bring goods from foreign countries and pose as if you produce them and pass them on to us. Because if that continues, then of course we have to take some very strong measures.
Regional commodity market is also expected to be strengthened among the 15 ECOWAS member countries. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Lagos Network Center is our first port of call on Nationwide today as we join Ademola for more stories. Good to see you, Ademola. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ronke, and welcome to Lagos. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, says the federal government is committed to enhancing motoring experience on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and major highways across the country. The minister stated this while inspecting the first phase of maintenance works done on the long bridge along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, which has been reopened to traffic. Musa Toliat completes the report.
Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, said the reopening of the long bridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway ahead of the December 31st deadline given to contractors handling the maintenance works is a testimony that the federal government is sensitive to the plight of the motoring public that ply the axis.
This will improve the ease of doing business, the cost of doing business, the cost of food, the cost of so many other things that we depend on. And we hope that as we go on, this is the way to use our...
The shoreline protection project at Bonny Cantonment over to the host community. Lane Lenike has the details.
Lagos State has been grappling with the adverse effects of climate change, one of which is coastal erosion. The intervention at Bonny Cantonment is the restoration of a collapsed portion of the coastline, which was in a deplorable condition before the swift intervention by the federal government.
Coastal communities, they are ports, they are first port of call, they are like the windows. If they are porous, we are porous. Our security is at stake. And if the Nigerian army will be facing what is facing here, then we really need to do something about it.
While handing over the completed shoreline protecting pillars to the host community, the representative of the head of service says the decision to hand over projects completed with the ecological funds is to ensure their sustainability and proper care by leaders of those communities. The Corps Commander of the Nigerian Army Medical Corps, which is the host community, Major General Abimbola Amosu, while giving assurance of continued maintenance of the project, also appealed to the federal government to extend the project to cover the entire stretch that are presently being eroded due to incessant tidal waves.
If we notice that there's any breach, of course we would refer to the Ministry of Environment or to the SGF's office.
We have a parallel shore protection anchor that runs parallel to the shore protection line, to which the shore protection line has been anchored. So it's double anchorage.
The protecting pillars, which are 143 meters long and 12 meters deep, were completed within 12 months. In Lagos, Lane Lenake, NTA News.
In its efforts to sustain the statutory mandate of anti-smuggling operations, the Nigeria Customs Service has recovered over 611 million naira from various interceptions of contrabands with duty-paid value. The Controller Federal Operations Unit Zone A, Ikeja, Haruna Mahmudu, disclosed this at a media interactive session in Lagos. Rotimi Oluwagbemi reports.
Controller Haruna Mahmudu says the operational unit is working in line with the management mandate to block all revenue leakages and intensify anti-smuggling operations at various entry points in the southwest zone of the country. Border communities to assist the customs in combating smuggling. In Lagos, Rotimi Oluwagbemi, NTA News.
And that does it from Lagos. It's back to you, Ronke, for more on Nationwide. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Demola. The leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has commiserated with the people and the government of Akwa Ibom State on the tragedy that took place inside the Renas Bible Church International, Uyo, at the weekend, which led to the death of scores of worshippers. CAN, in a statement, laments the disaster and tasked every Christian to identify with the victims through prayers, gift, and condolence visits. The association thanked God for the life of Governor Udom Emmanuel, who narrowly escaped the tragedy, and welcomes his prompt intervention to investigate the sad and unfortunate incident. It calls on the Nigerian Society of Engineers and other relevant bodies to rise to the menace of building with substandard materials in Nigeria, which have led to demise of thousands of innocent people. The statement signed by the General Secretary of the body, Reverend Musa Asaki, advises churches to discourage the idea of holding worship service inside buildings under construction. And on a cheering note, a Nigerian youth, Kayode Arimoro, is the winner of the 2016 Kwame Nkrumah Leadership Award on the basis of his contribution to societal development as West Africa.
Dennis at Digunloye, NTA News.
You can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. You're still watching Nationwide on the NTA. We now join Daoju in Ibadan for more stories on Nationwide. We'll see if the audio signal from Ibadan Network Center will improve as we hope to join that center for their contribution in the course of the news. We'll now go on commercial break. Do stay with us.
That importing consumables and domestic products kill local manufacturing and negatively affect the growth of the economy. That some imported products are dangerous to your health. That building factories can generate massive employment and grow the economy. Buying locally made products and services means investing back in the economy. Thousands of Nigerians are innovative and can take Nigeria to the next level. Growing the economy starts with you.
Oh, very nice man, generous.
Okay, anything for the guests. Maybe feature or something.
Happy weekend, sir. Thank you.
Today is Wednesday.
Professor John Bull, this Tuesday and Friday, 8:30 to 9 p.m. on NTA Network, International, and Star Times.
I'm finished. Who finished you?
Over and out. Welcome to the new speed of life.
It's that time of the year when we appreciate all those that meant so much to us. Our sponsors, our clients, government at all levels, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties, business, and above all, you, our esteemed viewer. Together, we made 2016 great. Together, we shall make 2017 even greater. That's why we say thank you. Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year.
Nigeria joins the rest of the world in going digital. This means Nigeria is moving from analog terrestrial TV broadcasting to digital. Now, digital broadcasting gives you clearer pictures, crystal clear sound, and a chance for more channels and more shows to watch. Digital TV is a whole new experience for you and a rich harvest of digital giveaways for the nation. Come aboard, Nigeria going digital.
A very critical role to ensuring improved healthcare delivery system in Nigeria through its numerous roles in lawmaking and oversight. Is stated this at first medical retreat organized by the Senate Committee on Health in collaboration with the First Council Solicitors. National Assembly correspondent Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
The theme of the retreat is creating a medical legal environment in Nigerian hospitals with emphasis on the need for clinical governance and quality care in the Nigerian health system, as well as repositioning the leadership of Nigerian health system on how to prevent medical malpractices.
There are also high incidents of negligence and industrial disharmony among health workers, which is reported as a major cause of death cases.
Can you, as a head of a hospital today, beat your chest that if a footballer goes to your hospital, I won't mention any name, if a footballer playing in England goes to your hospital to treat himself for gonorrhea, that information will not leak out of your hospital? Now, the people are beginning to know the value of, for example, you have patient reminder system, you have patient recording system,
And this is good for us. One, it will promote patient safety and rights. It will also enable doctors and health practitioners to wake up to their responsibilities.
It is expected that the retreat will help redirect the medical practitioners to the Code of Medical Ethics, which experts say, if judiciously applied, will restore the confidence of Nigerians and the international community. In another development, the Senate Committee on Ecology and Climate Change oversighted the Ministry of Environment to find out their 2016 budget performance and challenges.
So some of us ministries have had to have that sacrifice when you have to make a choiceless choice. It's not a choice you want to make, but when there are no resources, other sectors will take a back seat while we focus.
Notice there has been quite a number of issues in which they have made progress, a lot of progress. As a relatively new ministry.
In Abuja, Ifani, Isumba, NT News.
Still talking health, Nigerian Medical Association has concluded.
Also observed the need to instill discipline and respect for its constitution by members of the association to boost healthcare service in Nigeria. In Lokoja, Onotu Yakub, NTA News.
And from Lokoja, we go to Kaduna, where stakeholders converged on how to contain increasing cases of fire outbreak in Nigeria. Zulay is standing by with the details and other stories.
Thank you, Ronke. Good evening and welcome to Kaduna. The Minister of Interior, Abdurrahman Bello Dambazo, says federal government has taken bold steps to minimize the occurrence of fire incidents and its attendant impact in the country. He was speaking at the 8th Conference of National Council of Fire held in Kano. Ali Adamu reports.
The growing concern over incessant market fire disaster in different parts of the country informed the choice of the theme, Menace of Market Fire Disaster in Nigeria. Official records show that in 2016 alone, 65 incidents occurred in various markets across Nigerian cities and towns. Kano being the most affected, with trillions of naira worth of cash and properties lost in 8th market fire incident, was chosen for the conduct of this year's National Council on Fire and Annual Conference. Presentation by stakeholders focused on the causes of market fire and problems that hinders the performance of firefighters. Recommendations were subsequently made on ways to efficiently and effectively address the menace. Minister of Interior Abdurrahman Bello Dambazo, who is the chairman of the National Council, read out the 21-point communique, which, among other things, requires improvement of manpower base of fire services and capacity of personnel through sustained training and retraining programs.
The socio-economic challenges arising from the consequences of market fires, which includes increase in criminality due to loss of earning power, loss of revenue base of the government, and exaggeration of unemployment challenges.
The conference on session has urged government at all levels to adequately empower the fire service units in their domain by providing funds for the procurement of firefighting equipment and infrastructure. From Kano, Aladum, NTA News.
The federal government will continue to accord priority to education by recognizing its role.
When the education sector is being repositioned,
the aim is to have a common ground, common consensus on all issues, and so that also the stakeholders will understand the policy trust of the government.
About 10 institutions received approval to run some programs. The meeting drew rectors, registrars, provosts of polytechnics from across the country. In Kaduna, Muhammad Lawal Baba, NTA News.
To promote the culture of corporate social responsibility in the community, the Kaduna state-based non-governmental organization has inaugurated some facilities for use by students at the government secondary school Kakuri in Kaduna. Tina Toro reports.
Renovation of the borehole and the provision of the convenience for female students of government secondary school Kakuri is aimed at providing the students with conducive learning environment.
School, considering the population size, not having facility, sanitary facility,
not having water for the people to drink for more than 15 years, put together, we see the school as the most accurate to receive our intervention.
Commissioner for Works and Water Resources, Suleiman Aliulere, while acknowledging the challenge of potable drinking water and proper sanitation in Kaduna State, reiterated government's commitment to addressing the problem.
We have a new policy in place that will enable us, bring in these kind of interventions, and collaborate with them, to ensure that sufficient potable water is provided.
Beneficiaries of the project said it will help in addressing some of the challenges faced by the school.
We will not move up and down looking for water to drink. And as for the convenience that is provided for the girl child, they will stop them from moving up and down, going to the bush.
Before now, government secondary school Kakuri has been grappling with lack of potable drinking water and a proper convenience for students, hence the intervention by the Simon Peter Life Enhancement Foundation, which is a non-profit organization that brings succor to communities in need. In Kaduna, Tina Turu, NTA News.
Academic activities have been paralyzed at the National Institute of Leather Research and Chemical Technologies area following students' protest for the rest of nationwide.
Thank you, Zulay. Riding on the crest of the Buhari administration's commitment to social harmony, the Nigeria chapter of the Universal Peace Federation is canvassing more inclusiveness for the original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The international non-governmental organization decided to bring this to the fore in the commemoration of the 25th anniversary of the movement of the FCT to Abuja. Kenneth Nanim reports.
This came on a day to commemorate relocation of the federal capital to Abuja on December 12, 1991 by former President Ibrahim Babangida. With focus on the theme, strengthening the center of unity for national unification. Participants stressed efforts at maintaining peace, unity and harmonious coexistence of Nigerians within as an example of what it should be nationwide.
There is no way we can have peace if we don't tolerate each other. Tolerance in the field, in the area of religion, tolerance in the area of ethnicity, tolerance in all other social relations.
We're trying to create awareness that beyond an ideology for national unity, there is a territory for unity, where all Nigerians are living together harmoniously. That we should learn the Abuja model.
We will respect people who are in high position to be people that are actually lovers of peace.
Senior Special Assistant to the President on Disability Matters, Samuel Ankeli, was.
He also emphasized on believers remaining steadfast in God, no matter the situation.
Believe in God, trust in God with Him. There is no brokenness that God cannot solve.
God has blessed Nigeria. Nigeria remain blessed. We'll come out from recession, and our hearts should remain in the Lord.
As a family and as a nation, I want you to know that what befell Nigeria, and we are standing in it, and we are still standing to see what God will do.
God has not abandoned us. We have so much in our country. We cannot be in want.
It was an atmosphere of praise at Apostolic Church, Nigeria, Nyanya, where Christians were reminded of the need to be fervent in prayers for God to take Nigeria out of recession.
This is a time when man's effort ends, God's own starts. That it is very important for Christians to grow to maturity in Christianity.
There was prayers for peace, stability, and continued unity of the nation. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Esumba.
We now join Mina in Port Harcourt Network Studio as the Independent National Electoral Commission briefs on conclusion of Rivers rerun election. Hello, Mina.
Hello, Ranke. Good afternoon and welcome to Port Harcourt. That report on INEC's briefing on Rivers rerun will come your way in our subsequent bulletins. The new commander, Operation Delta Safe, Rear Admiral Suleiman Apochi, has resumed in Yenagoa with a call on the local communities against harboring criminal elements. Senam Bamiboye has the report.
Rear Admiral Suleiman Apochi, who is familiar with the terrain, having served as Flag Officer Commanding Central Naval Command and Director Research and Development, Naval Headquarters, before his recent appointment, said the operations have been stepped up to ensure that the nation's economy is protected. He said a number of successful operations have recently been carried out and warned that criminals will no longer have any hiding place in the region.
As I will sustain, improve, and evolve to map the moon using genetic principles from satellites.
The book, Fundamentals of Geodesy, is written by three retired professors in geodesy as a strategy towards leaving a legacy and to help expand the body of knowledge. In Port Harcourt, Diba Barisi Damawike, NTA News.
Towards reducing the incidence of fire outbreak, especially during this dry season, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and other relevant stakeholders have carried out a preventive fire outbreak sensitization exercise at My One Market in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Osinachi Samuel has more on the report.
In 2004 and 2013, some major markets in the Port Harcourt metropolis were burnt down, with items worth billions of naira lost, causing a major setback in the economy of the state and individuals affected. To avert this menace, especially as the Harmattan approaches, relevant agencies in the state like NEMA are sensitizing traders at My One Market on measures to forestall fire outbreak.
We used to have numerous cases of fire during the dry season. That is why we have come to this market to launch the sensitization program.
By sensitizing our men, our women, our mothers, our fathers on precautionary measures they should imbibe.
Experts at the fire sensitization exercise urged the traders to also cultivate the habit of insuring their businesses, as that will help them get back to their feet when there is disaster. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
And that does it from Port Harcourt. Ronke is back to you for the rest of Nationwide.
Thank you, Mina. Former Minister of External Affairs General Eke Nwachukwu says Nigerians need to be united to appreciate the nation's diversity. The former minister stated this at the launch of 5 books written by Orok Otuduke in Abuja.
The book reviewers elogize the effort of the writer in sensitizing Nigerians on the need to be great. They all agreed that if Nigerians is to be great, they must work collectively as one.
All the gifts God gave to mankind, the art of writing well is the best. I admire you all the same.
Ibadan to strategize on improving soil fertility management and enhance crop productivity. Correspondent Shola Wahid completes the reports.
Soil is described as a major factor to agricultural activities, as the richness or otherwise affects yields. Delegates from different research institutes in the country converged on the Institute of Agricultural Research and Training, Ibadan, to identify lapses and come up with strategies to improve quality of soil across the country and improve yields. To the Executive Director, IAR&T, Professor James Adedino, the decline in soil fertility in Nigeria has resulted in low crop yields and low productivity of farmers. According to him, if soils are managed properly, agriculture will be a profitable venture.
And everything starts with soil and even ends up in soil.
Coordinator of Stakeholders Forum of Nigerian Soil Health Consortium, Dr. Andy Uluwafunmilayo, calls for constant interaction between research experts and farmers towards providing effective and results-oriented recommendations.
You'll be able to sustain the productivity of our soils for different uses. Not all soils are good for all uses.
The interaction is involving students, scientists, farmers, and agricultural experts.
In Ibadan, Shola Wahid, NTA News.
Forum 2011-2012 of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Osun State Chapter, has protested to the Osun State House of Assembly, demanding the payment of their unpaid gratuities for the past 5 years. Correspondent Ayomiku Ajibola has details.
The pensioners who came out in large numbers to the State House of Assembly expressed their grievance to the nonchalant attitude of government to their plight. According to the leader of the forum, Comrade Yemila Wal, who says more than 500 members of the forum are bedridden, frown at the decision of the State House of Assembly to probe the bailout given to the Osun State instead of allowing the National Assembly to do so.
Constitutionally, the House, the Senate, they have right to set up committee to probe any government or local government. Unfortunately, when this bailout came, we came here to hold meetings with the Speaker. He didn't do anything.
Speaking to NTA News, the secretary of the forum, Comrade Shola Olojede, says about 2,000 members have died, while some of them have been thrown out of their rented apartments.
We want government to pay our gratuities now. On the 26th of November, we buried 4 at different locations in Osun State. And many people are still dying or abated.
The group demand immediate payment of their gratuities, payment of their 10.5-month pension arrears, stoppage of 50% monthly pension, and commencement of full payment of their monthly pension without any delay, as failure will be mimicked to the living standard of people that have served the state with their strength and zeal.
Motorists and other road users plying Ologweru, Ido, Eruwa Road have appealed to government to help rehabilitate the road, which they say is hampering socio-economic activities of the area. Olumide Igutola has a situation report.
Over 49 kilometers Ologweru, Ido, Eruwa Road is the only road that links the 7 cities of Ibadan to the city of Ibadan. Residents who decried the deplorable condition of the road said the road has been in a perpetual state of disrepair over the years.
It has been painful passing through the road.
So everybody will suffer. They spend our vehicle.
Are on strike over a long-running dispute on whose job it should be to open and close train doors. Transport services in these areas are on standstill, and hundreds of thousands of commuters are stranded. On migrant crisis, a court in Sicily has sentenced to 18 years in prison a Tunisian man who was captain of the boat that sank in the Mediterranean Sea in April 2015, killing 700 migrants. In the same vein, a Ugandan king is in court on charges of terrorism, aggravated robbery, attempted murder, and murder of a policeman. He was arrested in November after clashes between his tribe's guards and the army left over 80 people dead. That's Global Tidbits. Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
And talking sports now, FCT Football Association awards athletes and development partners as Algeria Riyad Mahrez wins BBC Sports Personality of the Year 2016 award. Kene Hema Budike is our guide on sports update.
Sports administrators have advocated for an effective and transparent reward system for national athletes as a means of achieving top-notch performances at international competitions. This was the submission at the 2016 FCT Football Association dinner Monday, where outstanding athletes, organizations and individuals, including NTAs and Damar Sule, were awarded for their contributions to football development in the Federal Capital Territory.
The players are willing to play for their country, but they need to be given a clear message, and they need to be sure that message is consistently the truth.
The interpretation of an award of this nature means work harder.
Riyad Mahrez has been crowned the BBC African Footballer of the Year 2016. Fans from across the world voted for the Algeria and Leicester City midfielder ahead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Andre Ayew, Sadio Mane and Yaya Toure. The award caps an exceptional year for Mahrez, who had already won the English Premier League title and was voted Professional Footballers Association Player of the Year. His achievements have also been recognized by FIFA, who included him on its shortlist for Player of the Year, the only African among the 23 names. In a related development, Portugal and Real Madrid forward Cristiano Ronaldo won the prestigious Ballon d'Or award for the 4th time Monday, beating rival Lionel Messi, who took the honor for the 5th time last year. Ronaldo helped Real Madrid win last season's Champions League and scored 3 goals as Portugal won Euro 2016. The former Manchester United forward has scored